Okay, welcome back to another Midnight Review. We just got out of Nightcrawler. And let me just say in advance, I apologize for dragging you to this.
Hey, I dragged you to This Is Where I Leave You, so...
Yeah,
so that we're one for one. Horrible movie. At least in Ouija, we had fun laughing our asses off about
and making
it.
jokes and doing... Oh, God.
This was just uncomfortable.
This movie was so uncomfortable.
The whole time, I swear, Jake Gyllenhaal had this wide-eyed look on his face.
I really thought he was going to kill someone. I really thought he was going to kill somebody. Oh, God. Okay. Non-spoiler section. This movie is very well acted, very well directed, and I even argue that it is well written. This movie, however, has no semblance of story, plot, or arc to call for, and frankly, it's just something that's really uncomfortable to watch. I can't recommend this to anybody who's a fan of art. I mean, this movie made me really angry. Like, watching School Days without the wonderful death scene ending angry.
That being said, Jake Gyllenhaal would make a great Joker. That would mean both the guys from Brokeback Mountain would be able to play the Joker.
Yeah, there were some very heavy Joker psychotic killers from A Walk Among the Tombstone. It was, oh my God. So, final verdict for those who don't want spoilers, I don't recommend seeing this film. It made me angry. It made me pissed off. If you can take it, so be it. Have at it. But I'm not saying it against the quality of the film. I'm saying about the subject matter and the tone of the film.
A guy walked out to go smoke around the car chase scene at near the climax.
And he comes back and he said, "Did anything happen?" No. And that shows the problem. A lot did happen, and I apologize for the focus issues. I don't know what's going on with my camera this time, but a lot happens, but none of it resembles a story arc. It's basically Jake Gyllenhaal discovering what he wants to do. He's some kind of, I won't say mentally handicapped, but he's just a really fucked up person trying to figure out what he wants to do. He stumbles across a crime scene and sees people filming, and he asks for a job. He's a thief. He jumps around all over the place. He asks for a job. He ends up stealing someone's bike and using the money he gets from pawning that to buy a camera and a police scanner. And he starts doing the same thing. He manages to get lucky one night and get really good close-ups on a car crash victim.
Yeah.
No, it was a shooting.
It was a shooting.
It was the shooting, yeah. He gets a really good footage on a shooting. Then he sells it to a corporation. And they call those people Smithies. The news operation called them like Smithies, but the people who did it themselves, they call themselves Nightcrawlers. There's a little bit of a thing. And it's just following him as he's building this company, hiring an employee to...
It was like watch the GPS or whatever.
Yeah, he's just watch the GPS and guide him around. Get the good news footage. Every time he sells more footage, he increases his gear. And by the time he's in a freaking 2015 red Charger with a laptop, multiple police scanners, videos everywhere. I mean, it's a kind of a cool concept about film, not necessarily filmmaking, but news making. And they do heavily show the politics involved with the news, showing that... oh, there's a spider right there. Take care of that before we make something bad. It shows the politics that they take some footage over other footage because it gains higher ratings, and it shows basically just inspiring panic everywhere. And Jake Gyllenhaal, as I said, is really fucked up in this. His whole arc throughout this whole thing while building this company is just him basically finding out what he wants to do, building his freelancing into an actual video news collection agency, and how he gets there. How does he get there? Well, let's see. He sabotages people's cars so that they get in crashes that he then reports on because they were his business. They were his rivals. One of his employees starts second guessing and asking for more money. Puts him in between a wanted known murder fugitive and a gun. Yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal's character is one of the most disturbing characters I think I've ever seen in modern film. And that's saying a lot. I've seen some pretty fucked up things in film.
Do you consider Norman Bates modern film?
Yes. Norman Bates definitely tops the list, but Jake Gyllenhaal is right up there with Joker and him. And just the sick way that this guy thinks. And I was actually starting to figure that out by about halfway through the film. I don't like this film. Yeah. It makes me feel uncomfortable. That's probably its intent. But good God, I don't know. It's one of the ones that I'm really glad I started drinking today for. Yeah, I decided to splurge when we went out to eat before this, but
yeah, like he said, there's no arc. He's one note, and that note is he's fucking crazy. Run.
Yeah, he doesn't think like normal people. He thinks in manipulation. He doesn't think in situation or people, to the point where he literally sits on evidence that would lead to the arrest and capture of these men so that he can lead them to a public place, then call it in and film the shootout, which results in 4 dead and 3 wounded, in which the cops do fuck all. God, the cops were dumb in this. Really, really dumb. But
they dropped the F-bomb a lot in this movie.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Everybody except maybe his assistant is an asshole.
His assistant started dropping the F-bombs at him when he started counter-negotiating.
Yeah, but he wasn't an asshole about it. I started to feel for the guy.
And you think that something good is going to come out of this film. No, nothing good comes from this film. The whole film's point and purpose, if you can get right down to it, was, I guess, fuck what's good and what's bad. It's just business. And that's the way the guy thinks. Everything he does gets him more money. Everything he does gets him closer to his end goal, even to the point where he blackmails the lady he's selling the footage to sleep with her.
Dude.
And good God, does that just...
Uncomfortable.
Oh God, it's just...
Uncomfortable.
Especially when he had that freak out about the price footage, where he just ends it on the note that the next time that we're alone together in your apartment, and you will do what I say, when I say it, like I say it, and that's how it's gonna be. Oh God. Oh, this movie is fucked up. This movie is very fucked up. And I know that you're letting me take the reins, but say something. I need a moment.
This movie is fucked up. Oh, jeez.
This movie is so bad.
If there wasn't like shooting and stuff, I think I might have fallen asleep.
Yeah, it does balance. It's basically a bore fest. For anybody who's not, don't take this the wrong way, super intellectual about these types of things. Someone who can stay...
I don't care.
Yeah, I get that.
This is not a movie I would have seen on my own.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
I thought this was going to be a thriller. I really did. That's what the trailers tell you. It's not. Not even the ballpark of a thriller. The only time that the suspension starts to build is when he's sitting on the damn evidence in the car, waiting and following them, waiting for the right moment to call the police. And when they did the car chases, holy shit! I mean, I don't even know if there were prop cars used for that. This was a very, very well practically built, well filmed movie. It just was... I don't even know the word to describe this film. Nightcrawler is uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
And
does fucked up have a hyphen? Is that one word? Might have to go 2 words on that one.
Yeah, it was just really, really awkward and just what the hell? There's you'll be saying that a lot.
Yeah.
You'll be saying that so fucking much inside of this film. And I really don't know what its overall intent was. How to say this? The overall intent of this film, I guess, might have been that business rules all and that the way that he thinks inevitably wins out. But again, the cops are complete fucking morons on this one. Okay, first off, with the footage that was shown on the freaking TV, they should know that he probably withheld something.
Right.
Second, even if you couldn't prove that or get that past a judge to get warrant to search his computer for the rest of the footage, when he specifically name drops himself on the 911 phone call that leads to this goddamn shootout, and they bring him in for questioning, you should A, be searching his house and his computers, B, be interrogating the fuck with someone who's willing to beat the living shit out of him, because that was sorely missed in this film. And third, arresting the fucker. He literally name dropped himself in the 911 phone call so you knew it was him. This is sociopathic, psychotic bullshit on a level that is just, for lack of a better term, Sherlock Holmesian. I mean, this is Benedict Cumberbatch. He wants you to know that he's doing this. He wants you to know that he's smarter than you, and that he's doing... It's just... Oh, God. The cops are idiots, and he gets away with it at the end. Spoiler alert. Yeah, as I said, there's no graphic death scene or hail of gunfire when his whole world starts collapsing in on him. No, this evil man who's doing evil things expands his business, gets 4 new interns and 2 vans.
At the end, his ending speech to his employees is basically ending with, I won't put myself in any position, I won't put you in any position that I wouldn't put myself in. I almost screamed at the screen, bullshit! That's how your last guy died.
When you specifically walked up to the car, to the defendant, and said, he's dead, got into cover, where the guy's finally able to reach for his gun after dragging himself out of God knows how much wreckage, to shoot the first person in front of him who's got a fucking camera. And it's Jake Gyllenhaal's partner. And it's just... The music was widely inappropriate for this movie, also. Very inappropriate, and it's part of the reason why this movie feels just so uncomfortable to watch. Because the music is something like inspiring and awing. There's a lot of heavy choirs in the background, not like belting it, but just going.
Like he's the good guy getting out of everything, but no.
No, he's not. And that end segment when he's walking out of the freaking police station with his sunglasses and he hears one of their police scanners going off. It's just, they're giving him a victory lap. A fucking victory lap.
We're gonna have to put a disclaimer on this video. We dropped as many F-bombs as this movie did.
I'm gonna drop every fucking F-bomb on this movie. Fuck this movie. I don't like it. This is well-made crap, okay? People said that about Transcendence, but Transcendence had a point. It was an argumentative question about the machine intelligence or the human intelligence. Which one are they dealing with? And although that had laughable action moments, I mean, really laughable. I mean, I literally broke out inside the climax because the director just didn't know how to do action. He really didn't. But this had everything good done about it with a concept that could have been very engaging and good, but ultimately had none of that. This movie wants you to think that it's saying something. It's not. And that's why I think that I could never see this one again. I don't think I ever will. If it's on TV, I will avoid it. If my brother rents it or buys it, which I'm going to recommend he doesn't, but if he does, I will pull it out of his PS3 and I will break the disc in front of him. This movie was not good. And I think that was the biggest part about it. I don't mind that bad guys win, but they had to win with purpose. Did they do something to get out of it? Jake Gyllenhaal did not. He didn't outthink his opponents like, say... God, I'm going back to my anime references. Like, Light... Like in the Battle in Death Note with Light and L. When they're trying to outthink each other the whole time, coming up with new, more complex ways to figure things out and whatnot. But Jake Gyllenhaal didn't do that. Admittedly, he thought his way through it, but there's so many plot holes in the fact that the cops are just fucking idiots that it's not earned. This movie gives a solid middle finger to anybody who has common sense. The beginning, it's not bad. It's slow. And as I said, it's not for those who don't think heavily intellectually when they go see films. Most of the analysis that, like DJ does, is after the fact, but he tries to sit there and do it. I can't always turn this off on me, and it made me roll uncomfortably in my chair over and over and over again. He pointed that out. I know I'm the one who's talking on this one, even though there's someone else here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let you take this. I don't think I could. I'm not intelligent. Not very.
I'm not calling you stupid.
I know, especially about a movie like this. That is obviously for more intelligent people to interpret. I just can't do it. I think I'm too tired to
honestly,
do it.
If I had a movie to compare this to, I'd compare it to The Purge. I really would compare this to the first Purge. The movie doesn't end on a good note. It's trying to say something in the same way that an idiot in college who has nothing to bitch about decides to write a 5-page or a freaking manifesto about something that's not worth bitching about. This is one of the ones where the bad guy wins for no reason. And even the people like the blackmailed freaking news manager who's basically being being raped, extorted for sex, at the very least, is by the end of it, she's actually talking like him, agreeing with him, and just I don't even fucking know.
No.
Oh.
No.
And if this is the movie's intent to get this kind of reaction out of people, it did a damn good job. But I cannot. This one is going to leave a very, very black spot in my mind for a very long time. This movie had potential to be a really good thriller. It had a very good potential to show the ups and downs of the news world and show, I guess what the word is, that no matter what, the good will always come out. I don't care if it's a stupid message like that. It could have shown that there is no right or wrong answer, for all I care. But this movie had really no point, other than to show Jake Gyllenhaal acting like a sociopathic psychotic who is more than willing to kill if you get in his way. His business got a second truck and they started getting to scenes faster than he. So he cut their brakes, and they ran right into a telephone pole going as fast as they drive in this film. Yeah, to get to the stories fast enough, they're usually driving 80 miles an hour inside of residential areas. They're not even kind of subtle about that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a cop would stop them, but then again, I don't know what it's like in LA. But yeah, he cuts their brakes and they run right into a telephone pole.
Yeah.
Like idiots. And he kind of even gets his fuck you moment when he literally films his competition being pulled out of the car and being put into a freaking ambulance. And you just like see the horror on the guy's eyes. Drenched in blood, he's got the neck wrap, he's tied down to the back brace chair,
you can hear him trying to gurgle something through the blood.
Yeah. And
Like,
someone just turned on their lights. Look, we got good lighting again.
Now just stay there for another like 5 minutes while we wrap this up.
Yes. So I don't know if there's much else to say other than, quick shout out. Part of this was filmed in San Diego. How do I know? I was actually where they filmed this. There's a scene near the beginning where Jake Gyllenhaal is sitting at a beach. And this is where he gets the bike he trades for his camera equipment. But he's sitting at a beach, and it just like clicked to me because I was there just a month or two ago, and it's just, that's in San Diego. I was there. It's like, yay me!
What if you were one of the extras? We gotta go back just to that part.
No, I refuse. I fucking refuse. But yeah, just a quick shout out to that, because that was kind of cool.
At the end, I really half expected Jake Gyllenhaal to get into his fancy car, to get into the rear view mirror, and just start putting on like a red lipstick smile, and go on with his life. Drive off, credits roll.
You know what they needed? They forgot the screwdriver. Yes, for those who don't know, War Doctor. Yeah. But yeah, so final verdict for me. I can't recommend this movie. It just made me feel too uncomfortable and just all around not good.
You need a hot shower afterwards.
Cold one, more like
Cold one. Oh jeez, yeah. Don't see this movie.
Yeah, I mean it was well directed and well written, and hell, they might even give a Best Actor nod to Jake Gyllenhaal for it.
Being a psychopath, jeez.
Yeah, I mean it's very reminiscent of Joker. His psychopath, his. Maybe
that's what he was going for.
Yeah.
He was in a film with Heath Ledger after all.
Yeah, but they were fucking each other.
Well, you gotta. Well, geez. You think after filming several months on a film like that, they wouldn't develop some sort of connection? And after that's the last role he went out on, I would imagine if it was an homage.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know how I'm supposed to feel or think about this film. If you're remotely curious about it, Redbox it. Wait till it comes to the Redbox. I do not recommend spending
$8 a month just to watch it.
I would not recommend spending $8 to see this in theaters. It's not worth it. It's just somehow I think critics are gonna really like this.
It's because they hate all the movies we love and love all the movies that we hate.
Well, not necessarily. As I said, this is a little bit more of one of those ones that's for people who are thinking actively, interpreting all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of fodder, and there's even some merit to some of these, because this is a very good interpretation of the news world, at least how Nightcrawlers and freelance footaging works. Because, especially in a big city, you can't always stop these sort of things.
I was taking stabs at Fox News.
Yeah, I was not happy about that. If I had to actually equate this more, they go local news. If you're gonna compare this, I'd actually compare it to the Dixie Sun.
Wow.
Someone I know might either disagree with me and slap me in the face when I get the band if she ever watches this, or she will shake my hand. I'm pretty sure it was Dixie Sun, but it's local news groups who are doing anything to get bigger, and it's a very good interpretation of that. It's just Jake Gyllenhaal's is the main character you're following, and you want him dead. You want him to crash and burn, but it never happens. Instead, he gets a nice smiling entourage, new employees, a big epic speech, and smile and wave to the camera. And it's just one. I can't recommend it. Your verdict.
Don't do it. Don't. Go see Ouija instead. You'll have more fun.
No!
Go see Guardians of the Galaxy if it's still in a theater near you.
It's in the cheap theater right now, actually.
Yeah.
I think they're actually DVDs planned for December.
Go see John Wick. Go see Book of Life, which we'll probably be covering next week.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly.
Go see Fury. As much as I didn't recommend that one, but if you were looking for something Oscar related, Fury was done 200% better than this. It had a point. It just had some really crappy side characters. And side main characters. And a main character. But you get my...
Yeah.
It was done better than this.
We also got to see St. Vincent.
Yeah, we do need to see St. Vincent.
Double feature.
We're looking at all the posters right now.
Double feature next week. See, we got Gone Girl, Nightcrawler, St. Vincent, Dracula Untold, Fury.
What is next week? Coming out next week?
I can't remember.
I'm gonna have to look that up. But anyway, we better just cut this up. So.
Oh yeah, the solid 10th anniversary.
That is not gonna be here next week. I guarantee you that. If you can't tell, as always, I'm Yoden.
I'm Zindel.
And Superman. And Zemnis. And we will see you next time.
Adios.